As the great war of Kurukshetra approached, destiny sharpened its blade over every warrior. Among them stood Karna, the son of the sun god Surya, and the unwed princess Kunti. Though born of divine origin, he was raised in humble circumstances by a charioteer's family. Denied his royal identity, mocked for his lineage, and alienated by the very Dharma he tried to follow, Karna lived a life torn between divine origin and human rejection. Yet he never wavered in his code, his fierce loyalty, his generosity, and his commitment to keeping his word. Karna had been born with celestial gifts, kavacha, a natural armored chest, and kundala, divine earrings. These made him nearly invincible in battle. They were not separate ornaments. They were part of his body, granted to him by Surya at birth. Their removal would not just disarm him, they would leave him wounded, vulnerable, and bleeding. Yet their presence made the gods uneasy, especially Indra, the king of the Devas and the divine father of Arjuna, Karna's greatest rival. Indra feared that with such protection, Karna might kill Arjuna in the war. And so, he devised a strategy. Knowing Karna's famed generosity, he chose to approach him in disguise. As the rules of Dharma prevented outright theft or divine intervention in the mortal world without reason, Indra planned to exploit Karna's own virtue against him. Just days before the war, Karna was offering his daily rituals to Surya. As he finished, a Brahmin appeared, humble and serene, seeking alms. Karna welcomed him and offered whatever he desired. The Brahmin, who was none other than Indra in disguise, asked for Karna's kavacha and kundala. These were no ordinary gifts. They were not just divine armor, but a part of Karna's very being. Removing them would mean pain, blood, and the loss of his divine invincibility. At that moment, Surya appeared before Karna and warned him of the Brahmin's true identity and intention. The god pleaded with his son not to give in. But Karna, with a calm heart, smiled. He explained that generosity was his essence, his only unbroken truth. If he were to withhold even from the gods, then his life's virtue would mean nothing. His honor was greater than his body, and his reputation as Danveer, the greatest giver, was worth more to him than his life. And so Karna took a blade and cut away his kavacha and kundala, offering them to the Brahmin. Blood flowed, but he stood unshaken. This act of supreme sacrifice moved even Indra. Dropping his disguise, the king of the gods appeared in his true form and praised Karna's unwavering nobility. Ashamed of his deception, and touched by Karna's righteousness, Indra offered him a celestial gift in return, the Shakti Astra. The Shakti Astra was no ordinary weapon. It was a one-time divine spear, infused with the power of destruction. It could kill any enemy, pierce through any armor, and was guided by divine will. But it had a limitation. It could be used only once. After it struck, it would return to Indra and never be used again. Karna accepted this with humility. He reserved the weapon, intending to use it only when he faced Arjuna. This episode stands as a turning point in Karna's life. It symbolizes the duality of Dharma, how adherence to virtue, even in the face of deception, can become one's strength and weakness. Karna's decision to uphold his vow of generosity ultimately stripped him of the very protection that could have changed the course of the war. Yet, it also elevated him to the realm of legends, not merely for his strength, but for the nobility of his soul. Later in the war, Karna would use the Shakti weapon to slay Ghatotkacha, the mighty son of Bhima, when no other weapon could stop his destructive rampage. Though victorious in that moment, Karna was left without the one weapon that could have defeated Arjuna. It was a moment that sealed his fate. But it was not defeat. It was the final echo of a life lived by principle, even when principle hurt the most. Thus, the story of Karna and Indra is not just about a weapon or a war. It is about generosity that defied logic, a test of character that surpassed divine judgment, and a man who gave everything, including his own protection, just to uphold his truth. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mythology Medley. Click the bell icon for more such amazing mythological content.